Midwest states. My loyalty to him was absolute. But there was general suspicion between the non-Igbo speaking soldiers and the Igbo speaking soldiers. And there was a division. That division made me, as a major, the highest officer among the non-Igbo speaking. And Colonel Mawo, full colonel, was the highest among the Igbo speaking officers.
In fact, the influence of the Igbo component of the Midwest made it difficult to reach a resolution during the ad hoc conference.
Midwest was considered as a buffer state. In other words, no formation was allowed to come to fight in the Midwest, because that was the only possible area we could bring peace to bear on the whole nation. But before then, Nigeria was in the melting pot. I really mean this. Nigeria was in the melting pot. So representations were sent from the various areas. You had the North, you had the West, you had the Midwest, you had the East. Then from the Midwest, we sent people like Chief J.I.G. Onya, Chief Anthony Naharo, and one or two other big chiefs to represent us at the Supreme Council meetings, all calculated to make peace or to discuss the type of administration we would require for our own state. Then one important statement J.I.G. Onya was making, he said to us at the Executive Council in Benin, I was also a member of the Executive Council in Benin, that is for the Midwest. We asked him what was going on in Lagos. What is our stand? Did you give us an effective representation there? He said that Monkey told his people that he could only account about the child in his belly. That one at the back would grab an orange here, or grab an apple there, he wouldn't know. And this was pregnant with a big meaning, so to say.
Governor David Ejo's difficulties were magnified when the war broke out on the 6th of July 1967. The Midwest, even though contiguous with the new Republic of Biafra, had little or no defense options.
So when we had a meeting with Ojukwu, he said what he wanted to do was for him to send troops to occupy Midwest, especially the Igbo area, for their protection. But I will have to pay them and then look after them. I said, there's no such thing. I don't need that. That I can arrange for their protection. I've been doing so. So I don't need any extra troops from the East to do so. So he wasn't happy with that. And so we left each other on a note of no agreement. So when I got back, I had to tell Lagos that this was has happened.
Even the federal directive that the Onitsha-Asaba Bridge should be closed was not effectively carried out. The manner in which the 4th Area Command deployed its troops was suspect. Troops were stationed in the outskirts of Ore, in the west, rather than in Asaba, just south of Onitsha, a stronghold of the Biafrans, from where trouble was more likely to present itself.
Lieutenant Colonel Uche was made the commander of the Lagos sector, Lagos Road, and one Asaba. And stories came that the Asaba one, there were in fact nobody there. Civilians came, there was constituent assembly where this matter was discussed freely, that there was something wrong on Asaba Road because there are no soldiers there. But Lagos Road was well defended. So people start asking questions. Again, I was in no position as a soldier to answer those questions. The commander was there. We were discussing from time to time what to do. And at one of the discussions, I staged how we would defend the Midwest should there be any attack. And I used the airport for that demonstration.
By August 1967, Biafra had come under extreme military pressure, with Gakem and Soka lost and the march to Enugu underway. To relieve some of this pressure, Biafran forces needed to do something extraordinary, and they did. Biafran troops moved into and occupied the Midwest on the 9th of August 1967, the 4th anniversary of the creation of the Midwest region.
On August 9th, in fact on August 8th, we heard the rumor that there was fighting going on at the Cable Point. Cable Point was a traffic point that was established, or a military checkpoint that was established on the midwestern side of the bridge, Asaba-Onitsha Bridge. And by 8 o'clock in the evening of the 8th, we as soldiers already heard the rumor that there was serious fighting going on that bridge. And by August 9th, early in the morning, the logical thing was for a lot of us who were in uniform to take to our heels, because there was no command.
Technically speaking, Midwest was a no man's land. There was no restriction whatsoever to anybody. The Igbos are residing in Benin, Yorubas are there, Hausas are there, others are there. So no restriction whatsoever. That land, everybody's there. So there was nothing like collaboration.
Colonel Victor Banjo was the leader of the Biafran Expeditionary Force, which occupied the Midwest. Others included Lieutenant Colonel Mike Evenso, Lieutenant Colonel Festus Akara, Lieutenant Colonel Humphrey Iwuchukwu, and Lieutenant Colonel Chukwuka. The expedition only met token resistance at the Asaba Bridge.
Banjo brought the troops to Benin, and then, to my surprise, 7 o'clock in the morning, I was attacked. So I tried to get in touch with people outside. I noticed that my telephones were cut. Then I tried to get in touch with Lagos through the radio, and the radio was by window, but the corner of the building. So as the operator got the ADC to go and call government to speak to me, I was just waiting. And they heard my voice then. They started shooting there, and they destroyed the radio. Then we saw them coming, 3 of them. Banjo and Alele, the brother to that lady who was